Today I am fermenting some cauliflower, carrots, sweet onions, and then I'm also using the leaves of the cauliflower because no waste, y'all. It's been a little while since I've made it, and in here we've got a coarse salt. I've got 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna put it in there, fill it up, and then I will top it off with another tablespoon. So 2 tablespoons, and really, really simple. What I did was I cut up the florets a little bit smaller just so that it would ferment faster. So I'm going to go ahead and sort of do a mix as I go. And you could do peppers, garlic, celery, whatever you want in here. But this is what I had. So peppers actually usually ferment really fast, so they can get quite mushy. And this might end up being too much for this jar, so we'll see. Okay, so here's what's left, and it did not fit in here. So this was about a medium-sized head of cauliflower. This was about 3 medium carrots, half of a sweet onion, which were the bigger ones, about half, and then these were all of the leaves around it. So I would say what would fit in here is maybe 2 carrots, 1/4 of a sweet onion, and all the leaves, and then maybe like 1/2 to 3/4 of the cauliflower. So we've got all that in here, and then I'm going to put the rest of the salt, and then I'm going to fill it up with water. And then we're going to put a fermentation weight on it, right? And then the lid. And I would say I'm going to check it maybe in 3 to 5 days, since it's going to take a little bit just because they're bigger pieces and they're harder like carrots. So wouldn't expect it to be ready in any less than a week, right? So tasting it, seeing how tangy it is, how crunchy it is, and really it's to your liking. That's when the ferment is ready. Some people like it much softer, and sometimes it depends on the mood. Oh, maybe I want a little bit of a softer ferment versus a crunchier ferment, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get this filled up and finish it all off. Okay, so we've got the water in there. Look how pretty that is. And as this ferments, it will go down. So we've got fermentation weight, we've got the lid, and better safe than sorry, because usually ferments will spill out. So you want to put a plate underneath. And the lid doesn't have to be too tight. I sort of just close it until it's closed, and then we'll come back when it's ready, and then we'll do a tasting. Ciao for now. It's been a little over 2 weeks since we've made the cauliflower, carrot, sweet onion ferment, so we're going to taste that. It's been 16 days. I tasted it at least a few times throughout, and it was still a little bit too crunchy. I like it a bit soft, and it was getting a little bit more tart, but I also have here this beautiful vibrant red or purple cabbage that I made. And interestingly enough, I cut it in kind of thick shreds, and it didn't produce much water. So I added my pickle brine into it, and it tastes so good. It's super, super crunchy. And then I made a simple white kimchi with Napa cabbage, carrots, and scallions. I did not follow like the traditional way that kimchi is made at all. I literally kind of just made it like sauerkraut. So it turned out really lovely. And I like to reuse my ferment jars. This is from a local ferment company that sells at the farmer's market and local stores. And then I also made a batch with shiitake mushrooms and the white kimchi. And then this has actually been going for probably about a little over a week, and it's just Fuji apples, organic Fuji apples, and water, and we're making apple cider vinegar. So once that's ready, there will be a video of basically removing the apples and then putting the vinegar into a jar, which I will also share below. Okay, so I want to show you this up close so you can see how cloudy it is. You might see the ring light a bit in the glass, but there you go. What I really liked is actually the leaves of the cauliflower. Super good. Oh, it's got a nice cauliflower smell, because you know how like cauliflower and broccoli can be really, really funky. So yeah, the leaves are so good. Carrots have softened up a bit, but probably I should have cut it a little bit thinner. Sweet onion. And I thought to do this so that it would be easier to digest on the gut. Broccoli, I guess, doesn't really ferment very well, but you know, I love trying and experimenting, so there might be a batch of that in the future. But yeah, there you go. Let me know if you have any questions below, and thanks for watching.